Have you ever noticed that some of the smartest people you know don't seem interested in being surrounded by others all the time? While everyone else is chasing parties, constant conversations, and endless notifications, they quietly disappear. Not because they're lonely, not because they hate people, but because their mind is searching for something most people never notice. Most people believe that being social is the key to happiness, but psychology tells a very different story. In fact, some of the world's most intelligent people intentionally spend more time alone, and science suggests there may be a fascinating reason why. Curiosity. Here's the strange part. It isn't about arrogance. It isn't about social anxiety. And it isn't because they think they're better than everyone else. The real explanation goes much deeper. It lies in the way highly intelligent brains process information, manage energy, and make sense of the world. The more your brain constantly analyzes everything around you, the more valuable silence becomes. Today, we're going to explore the hidden psychology behind why smart people often prefer being alone. By the end of this video, you'll understand why solitude isn't always isolation, and why protecting your own quiet time might be one of the healthiest things your brain can do. Part 1. What does it really mean? When people hear the phrase prefers being alone, they usually imagine someone sitting in a dark room avoiding everyone. But that's rarely what intelligent solitude looks like. Being alone doesn't necessarily mean being lonely. Loneliness is the painful feeling of lacking meaningful connection. Solitude, on the other hand, is choosing to spend time with yourself because it brings peace, clarity, and focus. Highly intelligent people often enjoy conversations. They value deep friendships. They appreciate meaningful relationships. But they usually have little interest in constant social interaction that feels repetitive or emotionally draining. Instead of needing stimulation from the outside world, they often generate stimulation from within. Their thoughts become conversations. Their curiosity becomes entertainment. Their imagination becomes company. To many people, silence feels empty. To a highly active mind, silence feels full. Part 2. Why does this happen? Psychologists believe there are several reasons why intelligence and solitude often go together. The first reason is mental complexity. Highly intelligent people process enormous amounts of information every single day. While others notice what's happening, they also notice what's behind what's happening. Tone of voice, facial expressions, patterns, contradictions, future consequences, hidden motives. Their brain rarely stops analyzing. That constant processing consumes mental energy. Social situations require even more processing. Every conversation includes reading emotions, interpreting intentions, choosing responses, predicting reactions. After enough of this, many intelligent people simply become mentally exhausted. Being alone allows their brain to recover. Another reason is curiosity. Highly intelligent people often enjoy learning more than entertaining themselves. Give them an empty afternoon, and they might spend hours reading, building something, writing ideas, or solving problems. Their reward system isn't dependent on constant external excitement. It comes from discovery. Part 3. What your brain is doing. Let's look inside the brain. Imagine your brain as a computer running dozens of programs at the same time. For highly intelligent people, many of those programs never fully close. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning, reasoning, and decision-making, is often highly active. This region helps us think ahead, analyze complex problems, and imagine possibilities. At the same time, another network called the default mode network becomes active whenever we're quietly reflecting. This network helps us think about ourselves, imagine the future, replay memories, and generate creative ideas. Many creative breakthroughs happen while people are alone because this network has room to work. Then there's dopamine. Most people associate dopamine with excitement and social rewards. But intelligent people often receive dopamine from curiosity itself, learning something new, understanding a difficult concept, connecting two ideas, solving a puzzle. These experiences activate the brain's reward system. Social stimulation becomes only one possible source of satisfaction, not the main one. Meanwhile, cortisol, the stress hormone, can rise during overwhelming social environments. Crowded rooms, constant interruptions, small talk, noise. For some highly analytical brains, these situations become mentally expensive. Quiet environments lower stress and allow the nervous system to reset. Part 4. What research says. Interestingly, psychology research supports this idea. One famous study published in the British Journal of Psychology found that highly intelligent individuals often reported lower life satisfaction when they spent too much time socializing compared to others. Researchers suggested that smarter individuals may gain less happiness from frequent social interaction because they're more focused on long-term goals and mentally demanding activities. Another explanation comes from what's sometimes called the Savannah theory of happiness. According to this theory, human happiness evolved differently depending on environmental demands. For many people, frequent social interaction increases well-being, but people with higher cognitive ability appear better able to adapt to modern environments where independence and individual problem-solving become increasingly important. This doesn't mean smart people dislike others. It simply means their brains may require a different balance between connection and solitude. Part 5. A real-life example. Imagine two coworkers. Alex loves spending every lunch break with large groups. After work, there are dinners, parties, and constant group chats. Being around people gives Alex energy. Now imagine Maya. She's friendly, kind, respectful. But after a few hours of social interaction, she quietly heads home. She makes tea, reads a book, works on a personal project, or simply sits in silence. Some coworkers assume Maya is antisocial. Others think she's shy. But what they don't see is what happens inside her mind. While sitting alone, she's connecting ideas from conversations earlier that day, planning future goals, reflecting on mistakes, generating creative solutions. By the next morning, she often arrives with insights nobody else considered. The quiet wasn't an escape. It was where her brain did its best work. Part 6. Why most people get it wrong. Here's where people misunderstand intelligent solitude. They mistake it for loneliness, or arrogance, or emotional distance. But enjoying solitude doesn't automatically mean someone lacks social skills. In fact, many intelligent people communicate extremely well. They simply become selective. Instead of dozens of casual relationships, they prefer a handful of meaningful ones. Instead of talking constantly, they speak when they have something valuable to say. Instead of seeking approval, they seek understanding. Society often celebrates being constantly available, always online, always responding, always surrounded by people. But constant stimulation leaves very little room for reflection. And reflection is where wisdom grows. Being alone isn't avoiding life. Sometimes it's where life becomes clearer. Part 7. The hidden consequences. Of course, there's another side to this. Solitude becomes unhealthy when it turns into isolation. If someone begins avoiding people because of fear, or anxiety, or emotional pain, the brain slowly starts reinforcing avoidance. The less you interact, the harder social situations begin to feel. Relationships weaken, opportunities disappear, confidence slowly shrinks. Even highly intelligent people need genuine human connection. The healthiest balance isn't endless socializing, nor complete isolation. It's knowing when your brain needs people and when it needs silence. Because intelligence without relationships can become loneliness, and relationships without solitude can become emotional exhaustion. Balance matters. Part 8. How to use solitude wisely. If you recognize yourself in this video, here are a few ways to use solitude without disconnecting from life. First, schedule intentional quiet time. Even 20 or 30 uninterrupted minutes each day can help your brain recover. Second, choose quality over quantity. You don't need hundreds of relationships. Focus on a few people who genuinely understand you. Third, protect your attention. Reduce unnecessary notifications. Constant interruptions train your brain to stay distracted. Fourth, create instead of consuming. Write, draw, build something. Learn a new skill. Give your mind meaningful work. Fifth, stay socially connected on purpose. Reach out to friends. Spend time with family. Meaningful connection protects both your mental and emotional health. Finally, don't apologize for needing space. Rest isn't laziness. For many intelligent minds, it's maintenance. Part 9. The identity shift. Here's the biggest lesson. The goal isn't to become someone who avoids people. The goal is to become someone who understands what your mind truly needs. If solitude helps you think clearly, use it. If meaningful relationships help you grow, protect them. Your intelligence isn't measured by how many people surround you. It's measured by what you do with your attention. The smartest people don't necessarily spend less time with others. They simply become more intentional about where they invest their energy. Because every hour of your life is feeding either distraction or growth. Choose wisely. Part 10. Your challenge. For the next 7 days, try one simple experiment. Spend at least 30 minutes completely alone. No phone, no television, no music, no social media, just your thoughts. Notice what happens. Do ideas begin to appear? Do problems become easier to solve? Do you feel uncomfortable at first? Or strangely peaceful? Write down anything you discover. You might be surprised by how much your brain has been trying to tell you beneath all the noise. Ending. Here's what we've learned today. Being alone isn't the same as being lonely. Some of the smartest people seek solitude because it gives their brain space to process, create, and recover. Their habits aren't random. Their preferences aren't random. Their brain is constantly trying to balance stimulation with reflection. The real question isn't whether you enjoy being alone. It's whether you're using your alone time to become a better version of yourself. So let me ask you, do you recharge around people or do you recharge in solitude? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one. And if you enjoyed discovering the hidden psychology behind everyday human behavior, make sure to subscribe because there's always more to discover. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the incredible mind you live with every single day.